What deserves to be the first Reddit post to 1 meter upvotes? Or would you be slightly inconvenienced for $1 billion? Style AskReddit post. If the first million of those questions haven't made it, then the next million probably won't either. You never know when the Reddit algorithm just decides to fuck with everyone. There's literally one on the front page of AskReddit right now, along with plenty of Trump, climate, vaccine posts. Great. If you had to read all of the would you be slightly inconvenienced for $1 billion posts on Reddit, but you got $1 billion at the end, would you? As long as they're fewer than 1 million or so. I reckon when Queen Elizabeth II dies, the Reddit post breaking the news will top the all-time list. The amount of F's to show up will take years to scroll through. It took me minutes to scroll through Stanley's F's. Died doing what he was good at. Being loved. What do the F's mean? I think it's a callback to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, where one of your friends dies and you go to his funeral in a story missions and approach his casket, and it prompts you to press F to pay respects, and then you just put your hand on it and walk off. And then I think Kevin Spacey approaches you to become a mercenary or something stupid. Very well could be wrong, but whatever. It's just a sort of meme to respect something or someone that has died or died. Advanced Warfare started it, I think. Ah yes, the other game that's all a blur in my head. First second generation moon landing or launching a manned mission to Mars. The latter will probably have a comment chain singing David Bowie songs. I hope so. A crewed mission to Mars would be the shit. How long will it take though? Next launch is supposed to go to the moon in 2025, and they are gonna build a colony there. And it was announced late 2018, early 2019. I think it's gonna take a long time. Best case scenario, it happens in 10, 15 years. Reddit is happy as all hell. Worst case scenario, it happens in 10, 15 years. Reddit is either the new MySpace for memes and it's dead, or it's the new 4chan and people have gone on to something new. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I think Reddit will be the first website to send users to the moon with the help of all the money they've made selling Reddit coins to Redditors, and with the help of /r/Kabul Spats epigram. Mars transfers usually take between 3 to 6 months, but I think Elon said they'll try to brute force their way there with Starship's crazy performance and make it take only 3 months. Reddit will probably still be going strong, as long as it adapts with the times, unlike topics. To be fair, if the tragic news of Stanley passing wasn't enough to break 500k, I don't think we'll ever see a million. I suspect the algorithm doesn't let them go that high. Betty White. She's got this. This being Reddit, I suspect you just killed Betty White. I'm saving this comment. If she dies, it's your fault. To be fair, even if he's the guy behind a lot of popular cartoons and movies, they're still kinda niche. Not to shit on his parade, but superhero movies aside from maybe Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman are targeted to a kinda specific audience. I know there's a lot of Marvel fans on Reddit, but Reddit is also so much more than cartoon nerds. I, for one, have rarely seen any Stanley movie. I saw, what's it called, Thor? And I thought it wasn't for me. What? Avengers Endgame is literally the highest grossing movie of all time, and the MCU has pulled in $22 billion at the box office. Superhero movies are arguably the single most popular genre right now. Just because you don't like them doesn't mean they're niche. Intelligent alien life finally confirmed. If that ever happens, bet you a branch on that commentary will just be clap them cheeks repeated over and over again. Even if the alien life is confirmed to be either microscopic bacteria or, like, something really gross and awful looking with tons of long spider legs / tentacles / whatever. Real life anim 6. MMMMMN. And the imagination's just got real pictures. I remember my first trip to the aquarium. Live action tentacle porn is already a thing, and it is vile. Especially if it is one of those things. Are there enough active users on Reddit to make that possible? There are. This site is insanely popular nowadays compared to even a few years ago. I remember starting on Reddit in 2012, when not a lot of people were on it yet, and now it's exploded into the mainstream. A quick Google search shows that Reddit is the 5th most used site in the US with more than 300 million users. So, yeah, I think there are enough. I think the key to it not having happened is that Reddit is inherently very segmented. People are often only active on subreddits that are related to their interests. If you look at any random Reddit profile, you'll most likely see a handful of subs that they are most active on. These subreddits also tend to be related. The other thing is that, because of a lack of individual social features, lurking is more common. You don't often see someone's karma score, and Reddit doesn't really facilitate getting a following as an individual user. In fact, Reddit tends to value relative anonymity. Sure, there's power users, but again, a lot of those are segmented because of the subs they frequent and are way less of a big deal than on a site like Twitter or YouTube. Just about. I understand that they are huge, but what I meant was they don't apply to a wide range of people. They are wildly popular by the cartoon nerd society, which are very keen moviegoers when their favorites come out. Think Star Wars. Every nerd in the country stand in line to see the movies. People who aren't too into superhero movies exist too. That's what I'm trying to say. And not everyone on Reddit is a Stan Lee fan, or even a movie fan. So I think there are more universal topics that can get far more updoots than when Stan Lee died. This is a site that mass downvoted a Reddit comment, setting a literal record because EA made a half-hearted excuse/apology for Battlefront 2's loot box situation. I really don't think you understand what Reddit's main user base is first and foremost. For an alternative perspective, I'm a dude, like computer games and sport, pretty ordinary, I guess somewhat nerdy, and I like some Avengers movies, loved Iron Man, and I'll watch Endgame at some point. But when Stan Lee died, and no disrespect intended, but I didn't really care. I'm not an emotionless bastard, but the dude died old and rich. Good for him. And I don't think I read a single article or post about it. That is, even as someone who has watched a couple Marvel movies at the cinema and enjoy them, I still didn't care. All I'm saying is, I don't think Stan Lee dying is going to be the pinnacle of potential Reddit activity. I get where you're coming from, but he, much like Robin Williams and Keanu Reeves, has a gigantic amount of affection on this site. I totally get what you're saying about some people, even Marvel fans, not being as bothered, but I don't think there is anyone or thing else that is loved more widely as he was on this site, or if there is, I very much doubt it would be by a factor of 3. Giant amount of affection among commenters. You don't see the lurkers.